When we're looking at giving our all to him with our sexuality, first of all, I want to let you know that when I'm talking about sexuality, I'm not just talking about an orientation. I'm talking about how you experience sexuality in your life, either as a married person, a single person, whether your orientation feels different to what other people's are, whether you're a widow, whether you're divorced. I'm talking about it holistically. And so when we look at Romans 12, 1-2, it says that we should take our everyday, ordinary life and give it as an offering to God. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that sexuality is part of our everyday, ordinary life. So whether it looks how we want it to look or it doesn't, it affects us daily and it's a part of our daily life. So in Romans, when it says that, it's not just talking about work or family, it also includes our sexuality. I'm sure you know that God is actually the creator of sex. So we can come and feel shy about it. We can feel shameful or like that's not the type of thing that God wants to know about. You would actually be really mistaken about that because he created it in a way that he wants us to experience it, a very specific way, and he wants you to experience healthy sexuality in your life. When we bring anything to Jesus, we have to realize that there is going to be a sacrifice. So that might be us dying to ourselves in parts that we didn't realize we would have to. But Jesus wants us to walk with him. He wants us to give our everyday, ordinary life to him as a sacrifice, as an offering. And so as we walk more closely to him, we need to be aware that that is part of it. But actually, it's always worth it, even though it's not straightforward, it's not simple or easy. Nobody's trying to say that. But it is worth it as we become more like Jesus, do as he did, and walk with him in our lives. So how can we start by giving our sexuality to God? Well, I would encourage you that the first step might be to ask him, God, would you show me in my life how I can make the first step to giving my sexuality to you? And when you do that, I want you to listen. God will speak to you. When we ask him a question, he hears us and he answers us. We need to listen, and he might want to speak to us about some habits we have. He might want to speak to us about some healing. He might want to speak to us about some thoughts and changing some thought patterns, but he wants to walk with you. Our sexuality goes with us over a lifetime in lots of different seasons. So this isn't a question that just comes up once. If we're giving our all to him, it's got to be regular, walking with Jesus in the everyday, ordinary. God, what do you see? And how can I become more like you? How can I model sexuality in the way that you've called it to be? And as you do that, here's a little reminder. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, it says, his grace is sufficient and his power is made perfect in my weakness. We're all weak. We all make mistakes. We are not perfect. As we invite Jesus into our sexuality, our broken sexuality, which we all have, actually, it's not one type of person that has that. We all experience broken sexuality, and God wants to bring healing to us. As we bring that to him, we can see his power and his grace made sufficient in our weakness. And so I encourage you, don't be shy at bringing it to him, but be ready to walk with him and journey with him. And as you journey with Jesus in this, I encourage you, grab someone of faith who will walk alongside you, that you can be accountable to and will support you in trying to become more like Jesus every day. So it's worth starting, whether you feel like it's way too big for God or not. I'm telling you now, it's not. He knows you and inside out, and he sees you, and he wants to walk with you. So that's how we can start to give our all to him in our sexuality.